All right, continuing from where we left off. Well, we want to rewrite this rational function as a reciprocal. So, as I suggested in class before I started having tech problems, we want to write the term that's in the denominator in the numerator so that I can try to match that equivalently. So I need x minus 5. I need the value of the numerator to be x minus 5, but I want this x plus 3 so I can cancel these and rewrite this. So in other words, what do I have to add or subtract here to make this equal to x minus 5? Well, if I just subtract 8, x plus 3 minus 8 is x minus 5. And then I can rewrite this as x plus 3 over x plus 3, which is 1 minus 8 over x plus 3. And then from there, we can graph it, okay, if we were required to or needed to or just wanted to practice. This 1 over here is the horizontal asymptote here, like this, the vertical shift of 1. Normally the asymptote is at y equals 0, but now we're shifting it up 1. And then down here, there's x plus 3. That tells me that we're shifting to the left 3. So normally, we'd be at x equals 0. Now we're going to be at x equals negative 3 for the asymptote. The fact that the fact that we have a negative here in front of it means we're going to flip. Instead of being up here in 1 and 3, we'll be in 2 and 4, and then we'll stretch by a factor of 8, which I certainly won't do very accurately, but that's not the point of this. The point is to get everything else looking good. Okay, so it'd be stretched out, but it'll still look like that reciprocal graph, like that. Okay, so that's how we could do that example there. Let's take a look at another example. All right, so let's try this example here. So notice now we have a coefficient of a 2 on the x. So how do we handle that? Well, what I want to do is I want to write it so that I have 2 times x minus 3 up here, because my denominator is still x minus 3, but now I got to double it. And then, plus something here. If you need to give it a name, call it like plus m or something over x minus 3, and you got to figure out what to add in there for m, or subtract it. It could be either one. Now remember, if you distribute that 2, it becomes 2x minus 6 plus m over x minus 3. So what are we going to put in here? Well, I need to make this minus 6 into a plus 4, so that means I need to add 10 to it. So 2x minus 6 plus 10 over x minus 3. So now again, if I take a look at just this term here divided by x minus 3, that's where I'm going to get 2, because these x minus 3's are going to cancel. So this is going to be y is equal to 2, canceling that part out there, plus 10 over x minus 3. So now if I go to graph this, we'll have a horizontal asymptote of y equals 2, like this. And then the vertical asymptote at positive 3, like this. And then we're stretched out by a factor of 10, which again, I'm not going to do accurately here. I'm going to just draw in this roughly. There's no flip, so it's going to be on these sides over here. So something like that. All right, so what if we had y is equal to 3x plus 1 over x minus 2? How would that one be? You should pause the video and go try it yourself and make sure you understand it and can do it, and then come back and see if what you did matches what I do. All right, so I really want 3x minus 6 up here and plus or minus something. Why do I want 3x minus 6? Because if I multiply x minus 2 times 3, I get 3x minus 6. All right, so what do I need to add in here to get this being equal to 3x plus 1? I'm going to add 7. Because negative 6 and 7 make that plus 1. And so now I get y is equal to, these are going to cancel to give me 3. And then I got that 1 over here, so plus 1 over x minus 2. Now how does the graph look? All right, so we got a vertical asymptote at positive 2, x equals 2. We got a horizontal asymptote at y equals 3 here. Let me just extend those a little bit. And then the graph, there's no flipping. There's no stretching even, so it's just shifted. Whoops, you know how that goes. And then it looks something like this. So what if, whoops. I hope I didn't go too quickly through that. You can always pause it. This is now recorded, so we'll pause that if you need to take a look at it longer. What if we had something like this? Y is equal to 2 minus 3x over x plus 1. So how do we handle this one? Again, you should pause it and go try it yourself and see what to do. So I'm going to rearrange this myself here so it looks like this 3x. The negative 3x comes first. And if I multiply this denominator by negative 3, then I'm going to have a minus 3 here. Because again, I'm always going to get a multiple of the denominator in the numerator, plus or minus something over here. I need to have a plus 2, so that means it looks like I'm going to need a plus 5 here so that the negative 3 and the 5 make 2. So I still have 2 minus 3x up here. But by doing that, now these two terms here can reduce to give me negative 3. And then I got plus 5 over x plus 1. And it looks like a reciprocal that I can go sketch. All right, so now we have a horizontal asymptote of y equals negative 3. Got a vertical asymptote of x equals negative 1. Okay. There's no flip, so it's just stretched out by that factor of 5. So it's going to look something like this and something like this. Again, there's some stretching that I'm not caring about the details of. Looking for the other stuff. Well, that's it. I mean, that's all. That's what I was trying to get done in class today, but computer technology was not friendly with me today. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you need more, then email me and I can produce more. Go study.